Good morning, everybody. John here at Havoc Maker Studio trying to get this video out. I think this is like my 10th or 12th take today. Super panic mode and super poopy pants and, maybe not super poopy pants, but a little poopy pants and a little concerned. So I'm trying to get out a commission today for Zombicide, the Kickstarter. I had scheduled this to be returned about a month ago. Everything just fell through. PTSD stuff, moving, really PTSD stuff, because if you're aware of PTSD, you can be really crippled on not being productive, and then only having like very few instances of productivity, maybe 2 to 3 hours worth of productivity, and then that's it. And then you're just frozen for the rest of the day. And that happens a lot. And so I'm trying to get out this zombie side, which I've really got to tell you guys, if you have a chance to get any of the zombie side from Cool Mini or not, please do so. The models are top notch and they're great for modern day. If you don't even want to play the game, they're great for modern day RPGs. Even tabletop miniature games like Spectre Operations, you could use them. Maybe not the zombies so much, but the character models, yes, you totally can. Or even the fantasy line, or they have the Black Plague lines, were really amazing models for fantasy miniatures. Anyways, so I got this commission and trying to get it shipped out, and I realize I have an entire row, because they have these great plastic trays set up inside where you can, all the models fit in perfectly. They're great for carrying around, especially if you're traveling to a store to play the game or a friend's house. And it's great for, you don't have to worry about your models being banged around. And I got an entire row of 10 characters that I did not even, well, kind of touched. All the paint, all the skin tones are done, but not the clothing. And then I look at the rest of the models to double check, and I realize I haven't painted matte black on all the bases, or any of the bases, which I've done for this client. His name's Oliver, for all of his models. And I am now a bit in a panic mode, so I'm doing this video. We're going to cover a bunch of gaming news and speculations and some weird stuff. I'm probably going to ramble a little bit, so be ready for that. While I let my mind settle, then I can go paint and not mess it up like rush painting. So let's get into some news so I can let my brain pan kind of settle in here. So I was hoping that today or yesterday or someday this week, we would have had Heimdall and Scourge on our panel to play for Marvel Crisis Protocol, since we are about, well, now 7 days away from the Ministravaganza. And I was really hoping that we would be able to see these models, or at least their character cards, before then, like we saw for Supergiant and Black Swan. And we still might, because it's not Ministravaganza yet. That's about 2 hours ago in a week. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I think it starts around 9 a.m. So about 3, you know what I mean, next week. So less than 7 days from now, it's going to kick off. And I'd assumed that all the characters that they've revealed so far, like they have with Supergiant and Black Swan, that Heimdall and Scourge, the last two characters, we would go ahead and get that information out, and we would go into the Ministravaganza with a fresh look at new models. We wouldn't be looking at any old character cards. We would be looking at brand new stuff that's coming down the line, and we still might. But right now, with the weird crypticness that they've got going on here, who knows exactly which of these segments is going to contain new information, or is it just going to be nothing but old information, or kind of old? So like I'm saying, Heimdall and Scourge is kind of old information, even though we haven't seen the character cards or the team tactic cards. But we look at our Friday session, Marvel Crisis Protocol from Earth to Asgard. Is this session going to be just about Heimdall and Scourge and their place in, the Asgard affiliation, and that's it? Is that and we'll get to see their character cards and team tactic cards throughout that session. If so, that's going to be a little disappointing, because we still have a whole year's worth of content that they could be revealing, and they still might. We still have the end of day celebration. We have the closing ceremonies, which is only like a half hour long. We have other multiple sessions for Marvel Crisis Protocol where they could be revealing new characters, especially when we look over at the superhero's best friend, painting animals. It says animals, that's plural. That could be a variety of things. But a superhero's best friend, are we just talking about a dog and they're just going to be repainting Lockjaw? Or are we going to see multiple animals, new stuff? Or are these just going to be tokens? There's a lot going on with the schedule that they could be fitting this stuff in. I'm hoping, praying, whispering, and maybe sending some snarky comments online to to them. Please don't make this one session just about these cards. Go ahead and reveal Heimdall and Scourge, which they still might. We still got 7 days. They can reveal Heimdall and Scourge between now and then. We might even see Heimdall or Scourge later on today, or maybe tomorrow, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Who knows, guys? I'm really hoping we see it before, and they save this reveals, these breakdowns, developer, like the Q&A sessions, for new content like they did with Ministravaganza last year, and they focus more on what's coming down the line. The reason why I'm a little also concerned is because we knew that we've gone through this, unless it's an incredibly well done deep fake. We have seen the Winter Guard should have been revealed already by now, in theory, because the release date or the original ship date was going to be June, July, right? We've already covered that, and it's still up on some websites as available to be ordered, but the date has been shifted around. So my question, my theory right now, and you guys let me know if this theory holds up. My theory is that because of bad optics, whether you believe it's bad optics or not, they had to take the Winter Guard I'm calling them Winter Guard. They might not have that affiliation. They could be called Soviet Super Soldiers, whatever. But they took those models. We covered that in the video before, exactly what they are. Took that group, threw them to the end of the line. So the Winter Guard in winter. There we go. We might get them in winter. Okay. Winter Guard for the winter. Or winter release for winter, whatever. I'm sure there's some witty way to say that. At any rate, okay, cool. So now we move everything forward. So that's why we got Supergiant, Black Swan, Heimdall, and Scourge move forward. So this schedule should have reflected that, and it might. Don't know, but I'm thinking that this schedule, especially with the way it's kind of like cryptically laid out, and they're redoing stuff that they've already done, like painting Nick Fury, painting we're assuming that the shield's up, painting Earth's protectors is painting of the shield agents. All that's already been done. So why are we getting this again? Unless there's going to be something else going on there. So my concern is that this is just going to be now hastily thrown together instead of a well thought out plan or schedule. They've had months to do this since they announced this. So it's concerning. It's disconcerting. It's worrisome. I'm bothered by this. I'm more bothered, I think, by not knowing the full contents of what we're going to be seeing. But obviously they can't do that because they need us to watch it. I get that. But they could at least, maybe I might be in poopy pants right now. I think I might be. I'm going to move on. Let's move on, guys. We might revisit this. Let me know what you guys think. Am I just being a little schizo on this? Or am I theory crafting conspiracy thing? Am I in the ballpark? Down below. This might be a spicy video. So what we do have announced are 2 campaigns that I thought was a really clever idea. Whether this is just a stopgap to entertain us with this bad Ministravaganza that they've kind of probably messed up on, which I really think they might have, and they're scrambling to get stuff done. But regardless, we possibly have a free campaign. We don't know exactly the full details for Marvel Crisis Protocol 1, but it's called Renewal of Vows, at least I'm assuming so. And I love the layout here. We're using some artwork, which is totally fine. Marvel does it all the time. I love the wedding invitation. And I'm really hoping that this is a fantastic free campaign. I don't expect, anything super extravagant, but I do look forward to free content. And it'll be interesting to see how they describe this campaign, how it's played, all the details that go along with it. Where we see that we've got 3 different threat values, 19 on Thursday, 17 on Friday and Saturday. What mission are we playing? Is this going to be, are these going to be specific missions or crisis events? Secure and extraction? Is this going to be, hey, we're just doing renewal of vows. It's the overall campaign. You guys can use whatever you want. This is just for you guys to play along while you're watching our Twitch feed, which would be really weird if they were doing that, because we would want to watch the Twitch feed over playing the game throughout the day. But whatever, I have no idea. But if it's a free campaign, and that is a good thing. Free is always good-ish. And I'm hoping that it is a free campaign where they kind of lay this the groundwork for, hey, we're going to be doing maybe more events like this depending on your response, that the response is at least on Facebook, which seems to be the only place that they actually update instead of their own webpage, which is still weird to me, that maybe on their webpage and or on their Facebook page, they have like a 2 or 3 questionnaire where like, hey guys, go ahead and give us your feedback. Did you participate in the renewal of vows? Did you play all 3 games? What did you think of it in 500 words or less? That sort of thing. Upload it, get enough feedback, see what the interactions is like. And then if it's really good interactions, we could be seeing more of this in the future, unless this is just a, guys, we really messed up our Ministravaganza this year, so we just need ideas to flood it so nobody really sees, except for John, sees how crazy bad it's going to be. So what do you got, Todd, Brenda, Karen? Okay, great. We'll just do some weird campaigns that have nothing really going on in it. It'll be enough of a distraction, except for John, and we can get by. We'll just kind of, hopefully nobody else besides John will notice this. Who knows? This could end up being really fun. I'm certainly going to go ahead and assemble a squad of models just in case this could be really good. I've got a bunch of painted Brotherhood of Mutant models now, and I'll go ahead and get it ready. I've got a group that I can play with here in Dallas, and we'll see if this pans out. But it's not just Marvel Crisis Protocol. They also got a Star Wars campaign called Call of Destiny. And instead of just like one of the games, this is going to be covering all the Star Wars games. So what will this campaign be? Just like Renewal of Vows, no frickin' idea. No idea, guys. But it does say answer the call with a standard squadron, fleet, and army building rules. Each day will use standard missions and scenarios. Yikes. So Star Wars, X-Wing, Armada, and Legion. So this right here is kind of hinting at me that there might not be really a campaign thing. It's more of just a, hey, play along while you're watching us on Twitch paint and yammer away about stuff, which is not good. What I'm hoping it could lead to, what I'm really hoping, or I wish it would be, is if you guys remember, that those of you that are involved with Games Workshop, at least for Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, well, when it was Warhammer Fantasy Battle way back in the day, they'd have these worldwide campaigns. And for example, I think one of the last ones for Warhammer 40,000, you got to play the Inquisitor game. So those are the 54mm models. You had Battlefleet Gothic, Warhammer 40,000, I believe Necromunda was one of them. And I think there was one more. Oh, maybe it was Kill Team. I think Kill Team. So you had like 4 or 5 of the Warhammer 40,000 related miniature games were all playable. They had different missions throughout that campaign. And they would record the events. They knew what the outcome was going to be no matter what the recorded events were. But it was still, they would record the events throughout the days or throughout the weeks. And everything was, basically each type of game system was interacting in some way. So maybe you had your Battlefleet Gothic fleet battles, and then they were affecting what was going on the ground level, and then down into the squad level with like Kill Team and Inquisitor. So that would be really cool, is if this event was like that. Since it seems to be a little haphazard, a little thrown together, might not be, but it could be the beginning of something great. So I'm hoping, and please, the one person that works at Atomic Mass Games that watches this channel, please take this into consideration for both of these campaigns. Get the feedback from us on this and then develop on that, because you guys can make a very easy interactive thing on your webpage or even on Facebook page where you get a whole bunch of different missions that interact with each other, do the results, and it still has no meaning in game, but people can go, aha, Mandalorians are the best, or the Trade Federation, whatever, yay, we're the ruthless corporate people, whatever. Or, the Cabal and the Criminal Syndicate are the best teams. You understand what I'm saying? More bragging rights, but it's great community interaction, and it gives us free content that only requires a little bit of effort on your end that doesn't affect canon, doesn't affect the timeline, doesn't affect anything except for getting our interactions. I think that would be really best. So I might have gone off the rails here. We're going to take out one more time here. Let's just see if there's an update. No, man, I am really disappointed. And anyway, I'm still looking forward to this. We're still going to cover this content, guys and gals. Let me know what you guys think. Was my conspiracy theory, am I in the ballpark? Am I just way out there? Or am I like dead on? Am I dead on? I don't know. You guys let me know. So I'm going to be doing a lot of painting. Take a break, so I'm still not rushing. I'm going to be doing another video covering another segment for Everyday Heroes, the RPG. It's a 5e RPG. We're going to do that later on today. I've got a lot of playtest material that I've been reading when I've been pretty much just laying in bed, comatose almost. And we're going to cover the next segment of that, a lot more in-depth walkthrough of this 5e game, which it actually is looking really, really amazing. I'm excited about it, and I usually don't get excited about 5e style products, but this one, it's definitely there with alongside Ultramodern from Deus Ex Machina, not Deus, Deus Ex Machina. Ultramodern 5e, if you don't know that, check out that video below. Anyways, I'm going to get going because I'm going to continue to ramble, and you guys have yourself a wonderful Thursday. I'll talk to you all later. See ya.